Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through sunrise stretch. We will practice together for 25 minutes. Just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches do not work for you, you can always skip them, come on out and modify. And things that you may want to have today for your practice is it's nice to have a yoga mat. It could also be nice to have a block and a blanket close by as well. So if you don't have those, that's all right. We can work around them throughout the practice, but they can be nice just to add a little bit of support to the body through the practice. So I was thinking today we could work a little bit with the legs and the hips. So we'll just do some nice releases for the legs and the hips. And the great thing about working with the legs and the hips is a lot of times it can really help out the low back. Sometimes if people's low back is bothering them, they think they need to stretch the low back, but in truth, they need to be stretching the legs and the hips. So it's really neat how everything is connected and how when you work on one thing, the whole body can benefit. So let's get started. We can just find a nice standing position. So what you're going to do is just start with your feet in line with your hips. And a fun way to figure out where the feet can go is if you just jump up and then you land, your feet automatically land where they'll be in line with your hips. So you can always do that just to have that nice alignment. So as you have your feet in line with your hips, let's take a nice full breath in. We're going to take our hands to the sky and fold it down as you exhale. And let's shake it out a little bit here. So maybe bend one knee and bend the other knee, and maybe relax your head yes and relax your head no. So if the ground is feeling far away, you can always bring your hands on blocks for support, or maybe bend deeply into your knees. That can be another nice way to support your body. Let's bring your hands to the right. We'll bring ourselves into a side stretch here. And try to feel grounded through both of your feet, so inside and outside of each foot. Let's bring ourselves back to center. We'll take our hands to the other side and reaching and stretching from the waist, lengthen the side body through the arm and through the fingers. Good. Let's bring ourselves back on through to center. We're going to take our right foot back. And right knee begins to lower down. So you can always grab a blanket to pad the knee if needed. Let's begin to bend and straighten your front legs. We're just going to find a little movement here, bending and straightening. So most important thing for this stretch for alignment is make sure that your knee and your ankle are in the same line. We don't want our knee to be moving too far forward here. If you feel that the knee is moving too far forward, you're just going to bring some more distance between your front foot and your back knee. So you can inch the foot forward and you can always hop that back knee back a little bit. Let's take a moment, begin to straighten your front leg, and we're just going to fold forward here. Let your spine relax and try to relax the back of your head and the back of your neck. Let's bend into our left knee. We're just going to gently let the hips float forward and down, giving yourself this nice hip flexor and psoas stretch. Let's begin to reset. We're going to bring ourselves into a tabletop from here. So you'll just take your left knee to meet your right knee, back on through the table, knees in line with hips, wrists in line with shoulders, lowering your stomach down. Lift up through the heart, tailbone will lower, and crown of the head will lower. Slow through cat and dog stretch for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale, and lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create a little space between the ears and the shoulders, and feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Coming into a neutral spine here. Let's bring our right foot up in between the hands. We'll take that nice big float forward. And begin to bend and straighten the front leg. So this movement is really good for your calves and hamstrings, good hip opener, and really good for your low back as well. Let's take a moment, straighten out the front leg. Let's fold ourselves over. And just see if you can relax the back of your head a little bit more. Relax the back of your neck. Let's bend nice and deep into the front knee. We're going to gently draw the hips forward and down. And release. Let's bring ourselves back on through into a tabletop. And from table, let's sweep our feet to the right or to the left. And we're going to come on down into a seated position. So as we come into seated, let's start by extending the legs out in front of us. We're going to work with a pose called seated pigeon. So the nice thing with this one is there are many options. You can figure out which one's going to work best for you. We'll start by taking our left leg up and over, create a figure 4 stretch here, and gently relax this left knee down towards the ground. Now staying here, if you wanted more of a stretch, you could bend your right knee and you could gently draw your body in towards that right foot to give yourself more of a stretch. And then there's a third option, and you can always stack the heels in line. So you'd have your heel in line with your knee in line with your heel, and then just gently letting yourself soften here. So maybe a little early in the morning, the body might not be super warmed up just yet. So you may want to take a little easier variation than you typically do if you're practicing at nighttime. And we're just going to breathe here. So this is going to be a wonderful stretch for your hips and going to be really great for opening up your low back. Let's take a moment to hold this one. So you could close your eyes if you would like. Try to relax the eyebrows, relax your jaw. Try to let go of tension through the back of your head and the back of your neck. Relax through the shoulders, the arms, the hands. And then relaxing the upper, mid, and low back. Try to relax your legs and relax your feet. To come on out of this one, let's unwrap the legs. We are going to take our feet out nice and wide. And let's do a little windshield wipe of the knees off towards the left and off towards the right. Good. Let's come back to stillness. Legs can extend out in front of you. And let's bring that right leg up and over. So we're going to try the stretch out on the other side. And maybe you're going to hang out here. Maybe working with our second variation. And you can always work with that third variation as well. So breathing here. And closing the eyes. We're just going to hold this one for a moment. Maybe feel yourself gently connecting with your breath. Feel your navel rise as you inhale. Feel your navel fall as you exhale. Feel your ribs expanding with breath as you inhale. And then contracting with the breath as you exhale. Feel your chest rise as you breathe in and fall as you breathe out. And then knowing each time that you breathe, you bring life and oxygen to all of the cells throughout your body. Let's begin to unwrap the pose. Feet can come out nice and wide, and we'll drop our knees to the left, and we'll drop our knees to the right. Great. Let's come down onto our backs from here. And then as you come down onto your back, let's reach for the feet and we'll work with a happy baby stretch. So on happy baby, you are going to flex your feet, reach out through your heels and gently rock to the right and gently rock to the left. As you come into stillness here, let's take our right leg. We are going to cross it up and over and create a figure four stretch here. And begin to reach for the back of your left leg. So one option is fingers can interlock, reach for the back of the leg. Another option is to reach for the front of the left leg. And if you're feeling extra flexible, you can kind of sweep the arms around both of your legs and then draw your legs into your body. So for this one, to make it more intense, you are going to flex your foot or your feet. So depending how many are off of the ground, you can flex them, and that will just help to activate the muscles in the legs a little bit more. And you can gently draw that right knee away from your face, or just pressing it away from the face. And if you have a hand that's free, you can take your hand into the leg and press it away. And if not, energetically send it away. So you just energetically want to float that knee away. Sometimes holding stillness is nice, and sometimes a little rock around can be nice too. Sometimes a little rock side to side, and that could give a nice massage to those low back muscles as well. Now we are going to work with the second part of the stretch, and then just make sure you keep the alignment honest on this one, because alignment's really important. So what we're going to do is we will create a 90-degree angle with our left leg. And then holding the shape of this pose, begin to drop everything off to the left side of the mat. You want to plant your right foot down onto the mat. And then as you do that, you might want to lift your left hip up and then try to scoot your left hip to the right side of the room. You can try to take your left knee in line with your left hip. So that means that that knee that's on the ground, you can draw it up towards your face a little bit. Make sure that that right knee or right foot is planted, and then your right hand, you can press that right knee away from your face. And breathe here. So this one is a wonderful IT band stretch. This one is so good for getting into the waist and into the side of the body a little bit. So we're just going to hold this one and breathe into it. Maybe notice in your own body where you're feeling the stretch. We all experience each pose so differently. Our bodies are all so different. They've all been through different things. And then also just the way that we move every day, how we hold our phone, how we walk and reach for things. All of those things, they may seem so small, but they can really affect our flexibility in our body. It can affect the symmetry from one side to the next side. So just in your own body, notice where you feel the stretch and breathe into it. Let's take a moment to unwrap the pose. We are going to come down back onto our backs. Reach for your feet. Let's do a reset into that happy baby stretch. Flexing your feet, reaching through the heels, rocking to the right and to the left. Bring your left leg up and over. We will create that figure 4 stretch here. And option to stay here. Maybe reach for the back of your leg. Maybe reach for the front of your leg. And maybe take both of the arms around both of the legs. So checking in with your legs, maybe flexing your foot or your feet. And then feel that left knee pressing away. So actively pressing it away or energetically sending it away. And begin to release. So for this one, we are going to take our right leg into that 90-degree angle. Hold everything in this position and shape. Let's drop everything off to the left. Now press down into your right foot. We're going to try to lift our left hip up and try to scoot it under our body a little bit. Scoot it to the other side of the mat. Have your right foot planted down. And then maybe press that right knee away. So pressing the knee away from your face is going to deepen the stretch. And taking the knee that's on the ground and then drawing that up towards your face, that's going to give you a deeper stretch as well. So I'm really glad we could take the opportunity to focus on the legs and the hips today. If you find that you sit a lot throughout the day, and that could be, at the desk, even eating, driving, things like that, our body gets really imbalanced. So the quads, they tend to shorten. The muscles in front of the hips, the hip flexors and psoas, they shorten as well. And then the muscles in the back body tend to lengthen. So there becomes this imbalance. And anytime there's an imbalance in our body, there's an opportunity for injury in time. So maybe discomfort shows up, maybe injury shows up. So yoga is a really great way to try to bring a little bit more balance into our body. Yoga is all about balancing the right side and the left side, balancing the front side and the back side. So it's very beneficial. And I think this will be the perfect opportunity to set your day right, align your body so that you can feel really good throughout the day today. We are going to unwrap the pose. Let's reach for our feet. We are going to bring ourselves back on through into a happy baby stretch. You can flex your feet, press through the heels, gently rock to the right, and gently rock to the left. Bringing your knees to your chest, let's hug them in. We're going to do a little rock and roll through the spine to come on up into seated. As you come to seated, let's float ourselves into a tabletop. So we'll just bring ourselves onto the hands and onto the knees. Give yourself a nice deep full breath here. We're going to lift to a down dog for a moment. And then as you take your down dog, shake it out a little bit. Maybe bend one knee and bend the other knee. Maybe relax your head yes and relax your head no. As you find stillness here, let's bring our toes to our hands. We're going to bring ourselves through into a fold and gently roll on up through the spine. We'll come on up one vertebrae at a time. Let's bring our shoulders up, back, and down. So let's work a little bit with our upper body so that the body feels balanced, upper and lower. Let's take our hands to the sky. Fingers will interlock and we're just gonna press those palms up. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Release to the right and release to the left. So we're just gonna do a shift here in the waist side to side. And as you're creating this movement, really try to reach up and out of your waist each time that you move your body. Bring your hands to the right. Let's pause here. And as you are pausing, let's try to roll our right shoulder under. We're going to feel that left shoulder rolling open and feel the heart shining up to the sky. Coming back under the center, nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's release off towards the left. And right hip presses to the right. Breathe so deeply. Imagine that you could create a little bit of space in between the ribs. We're going to float ourselves back onto the center. Let's take the hands behind our body. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's fold ourselves down and exhale. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders. And just notice if that helps you move a little deeper into the shoulder stretch. Hands can release onto your low back. Hands can float down towards the mat. Let's float ourselves on up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Let's take our hands up and overhead. We're going to float that right hand down our back and then let your left arm and hand draw you into a bit of a shoulder stretch and arm release. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears. See if you can create a little bit more space between the ears and the shoulders. Let's float our hands up to the sky. Full breath here. Left hand lowers, right hand can draw you into that stretch. Making sure that you're breathing deeply and keeping the spine elongated. We don't want to round our back too much. Float your hands out to the sides of the room and let's take our right hand off towards the left. Left arm will bend and drawing that right arm into your body a little bit more. Maybe relax that right ear from the right shoulder. Sometimes that shoulder will creep up towards the ear. So we're just going to gently relax it down. Full breath in and full breath out. Arms sweep out to the sides of the room. Full breath here. Left hand to the right. Right arm draws that left arm in. Observe in your own body where you're feeling the stretch. And release. Let's take those arms out to the sides of the room. We're going to wrap the arms up, right arm under, left arm over. Maybe reach for opposite shoulders. Maybe press the backs of your hands together. And arms can wrap up and hands can wrap up. So hanging out here, if you wanted more of a stretch, maybe take your fingertips up to the sky. We're going to unwrap those arms, left arm under, right arm over. Wrapping those arms up, hanging out here, maybe reaching and stretching your fingertips to the sky. Let's gently release, unwrapping the arms, take your hands to the sky into prayer. And hands at the heart as you exhale. Thank you so much for joining today. It's really great to be here with you. Such a nice way to start the day. I hope everyone's feeling a bit better and I hope this sets you up for a really fantastic day today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.